Welcome back, Naughty Nation. It's your boy Bronson. Today I'm going to show you a floor that I drove all the way up to Utah to do. It's made with just polyaspartics. Check this out.
The Naughty Artisan.
All right, everybody. This is the floor that I went all the way up to Utah to do. As you can see, it's already prepped. We've already got it with a bonding primer down and a vapor barrier we have there to protect our floor. I'll show you how to do this in an individual video coming up, but this floor is ready to be poured on. So went up to Utah and we poured this floor. This floor is a little unique in that we only use polyaspartic. So there's no epoxy in this floor. Polyaspartic, it does not yellow at all. The UV rays just pass right through it, so you'll never have to worry about any ambering, any discoloration on this floor. It's also extremely durable, and the adhesion factor of it is very, very strong. So you don't have to worry about delamination or anything like that. And one of my favorite things is we typically use polyaspartic as a top coat on top of epoxy because of its durability. On this one, when I pour the floor, I don't need to add a top coat because it's already made with a very, very durable material. So in this floor, I did everything at 30 square feet per gallon. So that's how I figured out how much polyaspartic resin that we're going to put down on this floor. This floor is approximately 800 square feet, so we put down, if you do the math, I believe it was 3 kits. There are 3 gallons in a kit, 27 gallons went down on this floor, and it's really, really great. All right, I've got all my kits lined up. What I like to do is break my job up and my kits. I like to have everything organized ahead. So we've got 9 kits being pushed. You'll see I'm separating my B's out. I'm keeping my A's close to the buckets that we are doing. I actually do this in 2 pours. I'm doing it by myself, so I don't have any help. I didn't want to have too much time, so I broke the floor up into 2 pieces, measured it out. The first portion's a little bit larger than the second, so I believe we did 5 buckets on the first one and 4 on the second one. So what I like to do is I like to put all of the A into the buckets first, and then what I'll do is I'll add the mica powder, or the color that we've chosen for this one, and then I mix it really, really thoroughly before I add the B and begin the reaction. Allows me to really get the micas mixed up into the product, get any clumps broke up, those kind of things. For this one, I let my buddy Sergio back at the epoxy resin store choose out some colors for me. So we've got some dark colors and I put some light in there and it contrasted really, really beautiful. You'll see here I've got a little knife and I just like to poke the bottom of that, and it helps my relieve the pressure and just drain the gallon out a lot quicker. See, I've got a white here and I'm blending those micas in really, really nice and thoroughly before I put in any of my reactants. All right, now that I've got all my micas mixed up, I'm adding in my B portion here. So this is when my my clock starts. I want to get these blended up as quickly as possible and then spread out onto the floor so that I have a longer working time. I don't want to leave it in the pot to overheat. So you'll see me mix it up, and then I'm going to go through. I'm just going to spread this out equally. I just like to eyeball it. I like to take my dark and my light, and I just look at it as I go. And I like to spread it evenly so that when I come through with the squeegee, you'll see that it blends the colors in, and I can then work it in accordingly. So in a lot of cases, in this case, we had multiple dark colors and then a couple lights. So what I did is I'm gonna pour out all of my dark colors first, and then I'm gonna splash my lighter colors around, kind of evenly distribute them according to the vision that's in my head, so that we can get that marbling effect that everybody loves. All right, now that I've got all my dark colors spread out, here I am with the, some white metallic that I'm just spreading around, distributing evenly throughout my pattern here. My palette, my masterpiece in progress. Now I've got all the polyaspartic spread out on the floor. I'm gonna take this foam tip squeegee here, and I'm just gonna go back and forth and evenly distribute. I wanna coat the entire floor now. I have more than enough material to coat the floor. I've spread it out as evenly as I could so that I've got about the same amount. So I'm just gonna go through, I'm just gonna drag this. It also helps you kind of get an idea of what the final design is gonna look But I'm gonna bring this back and forth, bringing my mass with me as I go. My goal at this point is just to cover every square inch of this surface. We'll come back later and set the design. When I get close to the floor, if you'll watch right here, I'm pulling in some mass, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn. I just want it to barely touch that wall right there. See that? I'm not splashing it up on the wall, and then I'll just pull it back out there. That's how I like to bring it right up to the edge. Some people like to come in with chip brushes. I try not to bend down when I'm on these spikes. It just is a recipe for a disaster, and I try not to follow my materials. So I'm just bringing my material just as close. If you're careful, you're able to get it there. If you'll see here, the relief joints, we didn't fill these. We're okay with the material going into this one. The client didn't want them filled, and they're actually best to honor the relief joints, to let them do their job. I would rather they cracked in the relief joints like they're supposed to than crack across our beautiful floor. All right, now that I've got the polyaspartic spread out all over the place, now here's where I set my design. I like to use a 9-inch roller with a 3/8 inch nap on it, on a pole here. And what I'm gonna do is, you'll see me, is I like to do figure eights, like big ones and small ones. When you very first do it, it's gonna look not great. But then what happens is the material flows, and it gives you this really, really nice marbled effect with that particular movement I really like. So if you'll watch here, I'm doing small figure eights, big figure eights, and then that's how I set my design on it. And then you'll see here, it's like, oh, it looks like you're just running your nap all through there. And in a way I am, but there's organized chaos to this. And then after about 10, 15 minutes, it flows all out, it moves a little bit, and you just get this really, really beautiful marbling look. The reason that I do 30 square feet per gallon is that's a lot of material that's on the floor. So there's still a lot of movement and stuff as it levels out, which really gives you the dramatic effect that people really love. All right, so right here, I'm still putting figure eight in. You can see there's quite a bit of material there as I move it around. I like to take that and move it. Look at the way those darks and those lights interact with each other. In this particular floor, we actually did 3 different color darks. We did like two dark grays and a black, and then we did a pearl and a white metallic for our light. So we actually used 5 different colors in this. I like to do a lot of different colors that are really close to each other. Helps add depth and dimension and stuff like that. And as you can see here, I'm just continuing to put the figure eight pattern throughout this floor. All right, now that I've got my first section spread out and the design set, I'm gonna begin my second section. So same thing again, I'm gonna put all my A in. I'm using a knife to puncture the bottom. That helps my resin flow in quicker. Put my micas in, I'm gonna mix them up really, really thoroughly with just the A. And then once that's done, then I'll add my B portion, which will begin the reaction. And I'll be on the clock. I gotta start paying attention to my materials then. And then I'm spreading them out, just like before. I'm gonna spread my dark colors out first, then I'm gonna come back with my light colors and put them evenly dispersed, and then we'll hit it with a squeegee. All right, as I pour this white out, you'll notice I'm not that careful. I'll splash right into the other colors as well. I'm really looking to put the white really puts that marbling effect in there, so I want to make sure that we have that as well. All right, and with that, we finished this floor up, and look at that beautiful marble finish. This floor turned out fantastic. The client was happy, I was happy. It was a lot of hard work. It was worth the trip. Remember, we don't ask for money at this channel, but we do ask for 3 things. If you enjoyed this video, like it. If you like our channel, please subscribe. And if you want to hear more stuff when we have it out, please ring that bell. You'll be the first to find out.
The Naughty Artisan. The Naughty Artisan.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Epoxy Resin Store. My name is Bronson, and today I'm going to show you a polyaspartic floor that I traveled all the way to Utah to put in. It's a...
Okay, no, let's back up because
Dude, that intro was super good.
it was really good actually.
I don't know if I can do it that good again.
Sure? No?
Probably not. It was so good. So just start?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Bronson with the Epoxy Resin Store. And today I'm going to show you a floor I traveled all the way up to Utah to do. It's made with just polyaspartic. Check this out.
One more time. It's just the
Mother! Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Bronson with the Epoxy Resin Store. Today I'm going to show you a floor I went all the way up to Utah to do, and it's all polyaspartic. You made the move on me. You threw me off. Good? Are we good?
let's go again, yeah.
All right.
It's okay.
We have a code word that nobody will know but us when we need to do something like that. I suggest vagina. No? All right, fine. Yeah, you come up with your own then. Look at that doughboy. Holy mother. I gotta start doing some coke. I am not doing enough coke. Like a motherfucking pro.